Ladies, gentlemen, punters, welcome back once again to this epic battle, the 18th Asian Roller Games, live from Namwon City in South Korea. Thank you very much to the absolute electricity and wizardry of Drew Media in association with Roller Hockey Australia and our named sponsor partner, Joss Sport. Thank you very much for all those that have been involved in this broadcast. It's been fantastic and epic effort so far. Well, just to recap events so far in this Asian Games, Australia's had a clean sweep so far in its games to date. Saturday, Chinese Taipei 7-4. Sunday, we saw them take on the might of Japan 4-1. That was a bit of a worry for the Australian camp for a little while there. Monday morning saw India go down 5-1 to the Australian force that was behind that. As you saw in the replays, India scoring some very neat goals, but not good enough to match the might of the Australian onslaught. China, we saw on Monday night, 17-0. Great win for the Australian camp again. I was a little bit worried as I was talking with Alice down the field for Drew Media at this time for the games. But we're looking at the game today. Today's the important one, Macau. The word I have is that if Australia need to win this game, simple as that. Australia have to win this game, win this tournament to secure its place in the B group at the World Games in Barcelona next year. So a vital match. Australia the team management have been strategising over this for a long time. Whether in the Suri group at Nanjing last year, they've been putting all the machinations in place for Australia to lift itself into the B group for the coming roller games in Barcelona. I'm pretty excited to see the results of this game, as everybody else is joining the broadcast this afternoon. And I'd like to thank everybody who's out there on social media is making the comments. The Australian team are loving the support and getting all the messages that you're in. They may not be able to respond because they're extremely busy being focused throughout this whole tournament. Main match is the one we're going to watch this afternoon. This is what they're all being drilled towards. And hopefully, I was just wondering if we can catch Alistair down there in the field at the moment in Namwon. Are you there, Alistair? Good. How's the vibe? How's the team feeling? What's the spirit like? Absolutely. This has been the whole focus of this tournament, Macau. They've always been an interesting opponent in that, are they worried? Or is there that little bit of nervous excitement out there of a little bit of a smiling face in the corner of the mouth? Are we seeing any of that? That we're going to be all right? And this really is the pinnacle of Australian roller hockey for the year, the calendar year. But I'll just take a moment out. Let's have a look at the starting floor we've got for this game. We've got Juan Pablo, Geordie Poblet, James Murray. We've got Australian captain Cameron Bowen, and the ninja in the cage for Australia is Reece Leaton for the game. It's a pretty strong lineup. Looking forward to see how the boys go. In that we still do have a bit of depth in the Australian camp. We've got the big hit of Bevan Hurley, of course, to come out there if required and give the boys a bit of a break and rest the legs a little bit before just continuing the pressure up to Macau. The pressure has to be maintained the whole time.
I think it's actually the selection of the team. I mean, Steve's got a lot of depth, like you were saying, Shane. You know, that every player has earned its place in this squad right now, and each player knows his job, knows which way to go, and they've been learning new things and balancing things out. So, yeah, it's really going to be exciting to see this machine in action.
Absolutely, and the game last night against China, in the end of it, we saw the rookie Ash Clee spending a bit of time out there on the floor and working with the more senior players out there. Ash Clee just coming in front of the screen there at the moment, and Carlos Fernandez. Those two guys are spending a lot more time on the floor and working with the older players, and you could see all the strategies coming into play with the game against China. It was great to see. They were becoming like a drill machine, and hopefully they'll be taking all into Macau this afternoon. I'm excited.
Well, I think China was a very unpredictable game. I mean, obviously the Chinese squad wasn't what we were expecting to see in this tournament, and it was more about, well, let's just stick to the simple things and let's hope nobody gets hurt, and that's exactly what happened. So I mean, there were goals flying in that cage, and everyone walked off feeling well that we achieved the moves and the plays that we needed to do, and that Steve was happy with that result.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have been happy with that result. Like we were talking yesterday afternoon, last night, I was a bit nervous, but the Australian team pretty much had put me at rest by half-time. But it was good to see all the strategies and the plays all coming into place for Australia. It was a great warm-up for Macau.
I think it's very important to understand that this Australian squad, without sounding arrogant or too confident, the guys are very, very focused again, I have to say it. They are so serious about each game. It's really something else. I mean, we spent 3 hours yesterday in a meeting. We spent an hour and a half in a meeting this morning looking at our strategies, looking at the plays, looking at how we're going to be approaching it. It's really something to see and be a part of, and it's when you see it actually coming into fruition on the floor, it's a work of art, really. It's really exciting. This is the game. This is the one. This is what they've been working for.
Yes, and we're seeing the boys warming up on screen at the moment. They are looking great at the moment. Extremely well drilled, tight, and right on the mark. It's yes, I cannot wait for this bout to start, Al.
And that being said, Macau is not a team that can be underestimated in any way. They're a very, very experienced squad. They win this tournament. They probably are, just in line. I mean, anything could happen. But I mean, these guys know what they're doing. Very, very experienced squad. So we, can't take it for granted. But one thing's for sure: Australia is prepared for this match. It will be what it'll be, right?
Absolutely, Alistair. And we were talking earlier in the week about the focus of the team, in that I did spend a lot of time with the guys over in Nanjing for the roller games. And it seems like this tournament is just so much sharper. They're just more in tune. Everything is hockey. Food is second. There is nothing else but hockey, hockey, hockey. And it's coming down to this moment. I hope everybody's tuned in there at home. There's going to be people on the edge of their seats. Grab yourself a fresh hot cup of tea if required, and a Bex if you need to continue watching this game. It's going to be a great bout.
No worries. Okay, Shane, I got to head off. You take the pilot seat, bud.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time there out in the field. I know Alistair has been working extremely hard to bring this broadcast to you live. Each one of the games we're seeing here at the 18th Asian Roller Games. Alistair Andrew for Drew Media. I'm very proud to be associated with Drew Media as well, in a collaboration with Roller Hockey Australia and our name sponsor, Joss Sport. So we're seeing the Macau players out there on the floor at the moment, having a bit of a warm-up, just a bit of a casual skate about. They have been on the floor at the same time as the Australians, also warming up. The Australians looking good and sharp at this point in time. And as we've been talking about with Alistair, they're very, very sharp, very keen, very focused. They're going to want to get started. The boys are just donning their red jerseys at the moment, just in a bit of a mock quick practice match to just practice their little plays. They want making sure they're all warmed up, focused. In that it'd be interesting to see what sort of a strategy they play. In that we traditionally seeing at the moment a mixture of man-on-man, as they call it, or a zone man-on. In that as opposed to what would be called a traditional box defence, such that if you were to position up, imagine in your mind's eye, put a player on each corner of the penalty box, move them forward about a metre or two, and that's your box defence. So pretty much if that's your basic play, if you're in trouble, it's basically what I call pulling the wagons into a circle and just keeping them tight and trying to not let anybody into that space in front of the cage. The more aggressive strategies that the boys are starting to play these days is the man-on-man strategy. This is also for those that are new to roller hockey, in that it's pretty much like a game of AFL football, in that each person has their marked player and they pretty much follow them around the floor, positioning themselves such that they're between the cage and their opponent player, in that effectively trying to block them out the whole time. However, they also have a bit of a combination too, such that in a zone man on, you want to defend that general area around the penalty box. You pick your player, but if the players are skating around, they're moving all the time, and that's all part of the strategy of being on the offensive move in roller hockey, such that as your player moves away from you, you might swap players, or somebody that moves more into your zone, as it were, and you start putting the pressure on them. You move a little bit out of the box area, you keep it on them. You don't want them to be able to have the opportunity of getting a clean run. They have a bit of a half a second or a second to think about where am I going to go next. It's about continually keeping the pressure up to the players. So we're seeing the boys out on the floor at the moment and have a bit of a warm-up. Nice to see that focus and that just get moving around. Let's start playing hockey already before the buzzers even go off. As we've been talking about, Alistair, this is going to be a do-or-die match for Australia. They are going to want to secure this, not only for their Australian national pride, of course, but to win the Asian Games and the Rink Hockey Championship, of course, but also to secure their place within the B group of the second World Roller Games in Barcelona. So I'm sure there's going to be a whole posse of fans and ex-players and officials that will be going over to join the Australian camp. I know I'm going to be buying my tickets very shortly to go over to the games, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be Europe, it's going to be summertime, and it's going to be roller hockey in the mecca of roller hockey in this world. And Australia are going to be there in the green and gold and playing proudly, of course, as well. Because having a look at that ninja in the cage there, Reece Leeton is going to be on the starting floor tonight. I was going to mention also Juan Pablo's starting with Geordie Poblet, James Murray, Cameron Bowen, of course, being the Australian captain to finish off that starting floor 4. And we're just seeing the Reece Leeton. Must be obviously Lee Glass in the cage, warming up just in case he needs to call in. We're seeing Steve Hoey there, Australian team coach, and Mr. Poblet Senior. There is a great support mechanism for the Australian team as well. In that, Australian teams are always looking for help, always looking for volunteers. Anybody can make it to any of those tournaments. Your help is very much appreciated. So it's also great to have the people in the stands as well and cheering the Australian camp on. But some of these campaigns can be a little bit lonely, and myself was over there with a number of other Australian notaries, and cheering on the Australian camp over in Nanjing last year was great to see. But there was fantastic games. I'm going to see a bigger and better games, I believe, in Barcelona next year. I'm excited, the Australian team's excited, and there's a lot of people in the Australian spectators are going to be wanting to be able to book their tickets as well. So I'd say suggest get in early, get the flights all sorted out, get over there, get to Barcelona, go and support the Australian team and support roller hockey Australia. So just having a bit of look at now with the Macau camp, having a bit of warm-up, just scanning around, becoming a little bit more active than what we saw on screen earlier. One of the players there attempting to make a lift and that shot into the cage. Becoming a bit more popular move those days, and just another strategy to instead of trying to blast away at the cage. And as we saw a couple of times in the previous games, if you have been watching, as they sneaky move around the corner of the cage, coming from behind, going just around close to the post of the cage, and just lifting it up and just a little bit of a tap in to the net. So it was just a strategy of trying to blindside the keeper as well, and trying to out-trick him as well. The keeper don't take a lot of space in front of the cage. Yes. The strategy realistically is that don't go for the centre of goal like we're familiar with in other sport. So whether it be rugby, trying to get it over the try line as far as can, so you can actually have a kick, or whether it be Australian, those big sticks. Different strategy in roller hockey. You've got to get it past the man is the gorilla in the centre, but who's going to take up as much space as he possibly can. So you're looking at generally top right, top left corner, those types of things, or trying to get it underneath his pads and he can move down low. So we're just turning our attention now back to the Australian camp. We're seeing the boys lining up there now, just adjusting themselves, waiting for a crowd to come to position now. Right, everybody on the edge of the seats. I know I am right here in Melbourne studio, Drew Media. Waiting for nervous anticipation for these boys to come out. Of course, they will be joined with the officials, the referees for this game, to do the salute to the crowd. Slowly making their way into position, Macau. So two captains there shaking hands and a bit of camaraderie there. Always good to see, and it's always present within roller hockey. A great camaraderie type sport. But handshakes are down. Now they are opposing teams. This will get serious. They're lining up into position now, ready for that salute. Nearly ready for nerves. I'm excited. I'm speechless at this point in time. Just looking for words. Let's get this game started. the salute. That game, our 18th roller game. This one is for the tournament. This one is for the B Group Basic next year. Everybody shaking hands with the referees and the opposing team. Boys looking good out there. Ricardo, playing for Macau, spent a lot of time in Melbourne, Australia, playing club, and very well. Great to see them. It's going to be interesting. There would have been a lot of talk in the management camp about Ricardo. He's known to the Australian team, so they will be talking about how he plays and possibly the strategies that are going on. I'm sure Ricardo will be letting absolutely nothing out. He won't have even spoken to the guys, but I'm sure they'll be really pleased to get together and have a chat after this tournament. For national pride, this is for placement for Barcelona. There is no giving. It is all take. Australia want this desperately. Starting floor coming out now. Both to each other. Ball is set in position. Match. Using the count. Left foot. Positions that man-on-man strategy. The A will have, if they are doing this, they've already picked their players. But it doesn't mean that that's changed. Just last one, so. Go off. Going. Cow has the ball at this point in time. In the centre circle, passing off the thinking area. Back to the other side of the floor. Having looked down the ball. Intercepted on the pass back to the centre circle, having a bit of a skate across the opponent player. There he is, coming through in the figure 8 motion. Having a bit of look, it takes a bit of a chance to play. Australia pick up the crumbs at the back of the cage. Has a look down the court, down the wall it goes. Gone deep early. Poblet passing back. Murray has a deep slap shot. Doesn't pay off. Picks up on the tower behind the cage. Now holding on to this ball at the moment, working it across the centre line, back down the barrier and back out again. Just the other side of the floor. They have to look straight in defence. Let's put a bit of pressure. They move. Let's have 45 seconds on the clock. The cow have gone early with the shot. Australia now has the ball. Big pass across the floor. Australia picks it up a long way. Up low. Can't quite see it on screen at the moment. Australia comes up. Pablo wins on the battle. Well, skating back into the move, back to the centre wing. Skating in there, having a bit of a look. Pass to the back. They're in the figure 8. There it is. Has the real shot. Over the picked up. Who has it? Australia's ball. Maintains possession across the other side of the floor. Pablo having a bit of a look, calling for his man. Where are you? Passing off. Where's the Australian man? Look at the pass off. He's gone on the side of the floor. There he is, waiting in defence. Cameron Boehm skating in and deciding to relax off, passing to Murray and way back through. After on the other side, he's got time to go down the wall and see if Poblet trying to back there and Cow into that penalty. Now, will take time, passes back to their player who's coming through. Look, goes for a long deep step shot, test him out in the cage. Australian Ninja lead. And Macau, and the back of the cage at the moment, they're going to do the sneak. No, they'll pass back to the centre line. Down the ball at the moment. Passing back to their other players. Shot. Doesn't pay off. Passes to the flank position. Halfway forward to this one. Referee's this one. Australia's ball. Pablo picking it up. Get their 10 seconds. Pass gets it over within the 10. Getting down the ball, have a bit of a look, or can he put it down and knows decide to go in the floor. Passes back to the centre line. Safe position. Oh, skate across. Seeing what they do, seeing how they move. Murray. Back to have a look. Rebounded off. The cow pick it up. Skating down the floor. Straight moment. The cow slides over. Referee puts him home. ball back in. So, long shot across the floor. Back across the floor. Going to charge it. Passes back off the man on the wing. Back over the other man who's skated through. Big play. Jammed in the corner at the moment to Australia Macau. Who comes out on top of that one? Pierce. A long pass straight down the floor. Unable to be intercepted cleanly from that. Deep in the corner. Coming behind. Pressure on. He tries to do it man. Stop. There's only one man in front of the cage and the keeper. Does he have a go? He's wide. Doesn't pay off. Bowen on the screen there, skating through. He's only got the two people in front of him. Goes wide, defends off. Passes back to the circle. Resets himself. Murray skating there. Puts a bit of pressure on Macau there. Reflected back. Public coming through in front of the screen. Macau right behind. There's the backhand snapshot. Australia. Macau. But Murray looks like he's getting out to Pablo. Passing the back of the defensive line. And who we see? It looks like Bowen. And with the skating. He's going to put the pressure on. He's on! It's a goal for Australia! Bowen pulls it off! Australia 1-0 in this tournament. Fantastic effort in the Australian camp. Bowen putting the pressure on. Let's see in the replay and see how it plays out. See how Al can pull out the absolute wizardry that Drew Media do. We'll catch up on that play later on. Macau having the hit off on the result of that last Australian goal. Macau deep in the corner, coming back across the other side of the floor, back to the centre circle. Reset themselves, passing deep onto the half-forward flank position. Back towards the centre, passing back once more. Reset ourselves at. Straight, put a bit of pressure on. They'll wait for the calculation from Macau up their first open goal. Back over 5 seconds on the second possession of the ball. Now, what they're doing, Australia picked it up behind the cage, skating through. Bowen picking up once again. What's he going to do? Is he going to strike again? No, he's going to pass it off. In centre circle, Murray back to Bowen again. He's going to look down the wall. No, he's going to pass it back. Centre circle. Well, it's a wide pass. Oblett having to go deep to pick it up. He's going to get the referee's whistle. Time. Cow's ball from the corner. What a fantastic the Australian camp. Momentarily speechless. Cow put the ball back into play at the centre circle. Looking strategy. Possible. Working up well into it. Now, pass it back. More pressure on the Australians. You can see they're a bit closer to the cage at the moment. Australia giving them a bit more space. I don't think they'll be doing that. I think they're a little bit nervous about retaliation, but the clock has marched on. The Australians will be starting to relax and want a bit of pressure on the Macau. Hoping they start to see them up a bit more, but they may be just working on the man-on-man strategy. Just keep blocking Macau out. We see Macau holding on to the ball now. We've got a bit more possession time. There's a bit of a in front of the cage. Doesn't pay off. Referee having to step up to try and avoid the ball at that time. Macau having to look close to the cage at the moment, so shoot around, having a shot. They could just sneak in, lift up and round, tap round the corner. No, they can't. Intercept the close. Upload. Oh, it's out manoeuvred by Macau. Macau managed to keep possession of them only just. Macau facing themselves. Doing the view at the minute. Can't see there. Stuck beyond the cage. Pulling it out. Going back into more of a defensive position in Macau. Set themselves. Having a look. Trying to pull the Australians over to one side, I expect. To provide that hope for them to just skate on in that. Trying to direct three of the players to one side. Leave the one man there to try and take on somebody skating in half pass. Macau having a look. Passing back. They're going to be having a go soon. They'll be running down the shot. Enough to reset the shot clock. Putting the pressure on the Colbert had to touch the ball. He's on it. There's a run down the floor. There's one Macau, two Macau in position. Back to the defensive line there. Back to the perfect position. Murray seeing in front of screen them passing off to Pablo. After having a bit of a dribble down. He goes there, but off to Murray. Hey, picked up on the rebound. Referee's blown the whistle. Macau's ball. Referee's seen something there. Macau's ball to put it back into play once again. A tap from the keeper to get the 10 seconds reset. There it is. The tap back to the opposing player. Got to get it back over the line regardless, boys. There it's back in play. Pablo, a bit of pressure on Macau. skating up. There is one man in the background. There's only 3 in front now. That gives Australia the opportunity if they can get someone to work with Pablo up close. Back side of screen to Murray. Murray waiting to see what's going to go. Which way I'm going to go. Pablo probably providing a little bit of interference there. Ball in that shot. That's patted away by Macau. It goes deep over the line. Picked up by Bowen behind the cage. Now put pressure on. Just start slowing him up a little bit. Allow him a bit of time to breathe. But with help for both teams realistically. I don't expect that any sore legs at this point in the game. At the moment, both teams extremely long down the court. There's a bit of a tussle in front of the penalty box there, if not inside it, because I think it's inside there. How's the referee going to see it? What's he going to call? Just waiting for it at the moment. Like Cow's ball. Referees are indicating 3 metres. Australians complying. Tap, way past, can't be picked up. The keeper's not venturing out. Australia. And behind the cage, I'm sure will be marked by Macau as well. That they do know the plays, but just watching the ball coming into play now. Pablo there to assist him. Pablo the pass back to Bowen. Bowen, what's he going to do? It's down the wall. There it is, Murray. Murray skating into centre. Pass it off. Hurley goes into rebound away. Up here. Picked up by Macau. Bit of pressure on from Pablo there, but he relaxes. Macau, got to bring it back over the line. Got 10 seconds to stay up and fight. Has a tricky shot at the cage. Doesn't pay off. Australia picks up the ball. Who's that? Oh, at the ball. Who's the tries to get around Pablo. Has the shot. Cow. Just coming in. Skating, put pressure on. He has a bit of a around a couple of players there. Wild shot at the cage. Doesn't pay off. The Cows clears the ball, passing long down the wall, back into their centre line position. Pass. Out. There's Australian Macau in the corner. Who wins out? But the Pablo's coming out. The speed on that one. Who's going one in front of the cage. Bit of pressure, bit of pushing and shoving. What's going on? How the ref's going to call it? How are they going to see it? We look for an indication here at the moment. Ref's conferring with the play because the can't see that, etc. It could be Pablo, yes, getting up off the floor at this point in time. Referee has called it, is Macau's ball, corner of the box. There's the tap to start play again. Pass cage. Going in, over the line, we're back in play once more. Macau, deep, drifting back to that centre line. Reset themselves, they'll be a look at the possibly pass off to the other spot, so you can pull the Australians from one side of the floor to the other. Trying to create that opening. Macau want to have a bit of a look here. They think the open line, they might have a shot like they've just done. There's Hurley having a bit of a long, hard skate down the floor. Down the wall it goes. They're looking at Pablo. I think it was Pablo. Pablo, there it is. Oh, he goes for lift and tap. Can't pull it off, unfortunately. Can't get it on the end of the stick. Referee has called it. Skating down the wall. And a bit of a look. See if it's speaking. No, they decide. No, it's got too much pressure to be done behind the cage. Cows is Australian, putting a bit of pressure on him there. Seeing Hurley whip to try and just be an annoyance to the Macau players. Don't give him an opportunity. Don't make him look because Hurley will try and take an opportunity. Cow rebound on that one. Oh, straight rebound and intercept on that one. Who is it? It's on top of it. It looks like Tom. Long pass. Ball. Pablo skating down. There's the cross to Murray. Is it going to be face? Hasn't quite paid off. It's rebound off the keeper. Cow picking up on that. Looks like Pablo on the floor. Put pressure on for the moment. So, Cow picking up easily. Skating down the floor. There's only one in front of the cage at the moment. And who is that? That's Hurley. It looks like he partially hurt. He's just frustrated. He's getting up on his feet once more. Who's it? Hurley's having a bit of a dribble around. Getting around the second player. Then that shot. All straight into the Macau player. That's got to hurt, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised he's still skating up from that big man shot there from Hurley. Oh, does the lift and tap. Oh, empty up for the high ball. It's higher than that. We're looking at around about shoulder height for a high ball there. The referee's discretion. Down the corner. Straight foot. Back behind the cage. So you're trying to get possession of the quarter. Waiting to keep the top of this 1-0. And so far, it's an exciting match. Both teams put equal pressure on each other at the moment to put some out. Australia seem to be dominant. They have possession of the time on this point of the game. But Australia so far winning this bout. We're seeing Macau have just half-time break. Macau coming out of the puzzle. Looking for the man in front of the cage to the side. Going to start again. Coming in there, no, he decides to pass it off back. Reset himself. Macau will be looking to try and pass him the man in front of the cage. Keep an eye out there for him. He needs to on his foot in. Whether he stands there in position or skates through. That in front of the cage, the danger area is right in front of that spot in front of the cage. Referees have called it. It looks like a kicking offence there has been called. And there heads buzzer for the break. What a game. Fantastic effort by the Australian camp. Absolutely lovely hockey at this point in time. I expect everybody's on the edge of the seats. Alistair, are you able to join us at this point in time? No, it looks like he's busy there working hard for the Drew crew. And what an exciting match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the edge of my seat. It's great results so far going into the first break. Australia 1-0 up. Wasn't expected. Cameron Bowen having a bit of a skate down, put pressure on the Cowboys, and he decided to just let rip at the very acute angle, and it paid off. The boys generally try those sorts of drills. It is less likely that you are going to score that such a acute ball. Going deep into the goal scoring area as well as wide. Doesn't allow a great opening there for the striker to actually get it into the cage, especially when you've got the ninjas in the cage trying to defend that narrow area. But imagine 1-0 Australia's advantage at this point in time. First break match against Macau, 18th Asian Roller Games, and thank you very much to everybody here at home and across the world on the interweb. It's great to have you all here with us in association with Roller Hockey Australia and our name sponsor, Joss Sport. Thank you very much, Alistair, for bringing the link in. Just try and talk to you a bit later on. Game play once more, seeing Australia has possession at the moment. Pablo has got a bit of pressure on him. Two Macau boys there at the moment, just circling around, hovering. What's he going to do? Not giving them any position to Australia manages to optimally pass that out. Hurley on the ball at the moment. He's having a bit of a skate down. He's gone deep. He's gone behind the cage. He's having a bit of a go back to the centre third. There he goes. He's back to Bowen. Bowen passes it off to the half forward position against the ball. Pablo just skated. He's having a bit setting up the back end. Doesn't come off. Pablo picking it up. Pablo on the centre line wing position. Passes across the other wing. It looks like Hurley having a bit of a look in there. The loose ball coming back to Pablo, puts it up beyond the line. 5 seconds. Passes it down to the half-forward position, and it looks like Bale actually taking it deep into the corner. Passes behind the cage. Australia had a look. Looking for the pass ball. There's the man skating in front of the cage. And that the game is line, and the man is skating through, and there's the scoring opportunity. So Australia, one of the strategies in play that they've been using and drilling since on their boards and games. Australia have possession of the ball at the moment. Coming through to the short pass. It's skating behind the cage now. Macau putting a little bit more pressure on the Australian camp. And Bowen on the screen at the moment, pass across the other side. There's Hurley having a bit of a look in. Looks like he does a bit of a dummy off there in secure position, ready for the pass. Doesn't get it. Hurley has a bit of a turn and flick at the cage. Does a play off. No, it's rebounded away. Picked up by passes back to Genesis, reset themselves. See, go the Australian move it round. There's the pass in between the players. They're deep down the corner now. He's at half position, get it out of. Australia pick it up easily on the beams. Long pass. It's wide. Has to go, doesn't pay off. Now it's on the cage. Great in defence. Getting back to the Australia's winning out, still back up against who's got the bigger leg at the moment? Can't get it tonight. The Cow win out just on top. Hard. Going in the centre, going to try and dribble around. At the moment, they get stuck. Oh, there's a ball there at the moment. How are the referee's going to see it? Bevan Hurley gesticulating there. I'm not sure what he saw at this point in time, but it looks like it may have been a slide out. We'll see if there's been interference. Macau's ball. It's good thing there was no stick involved there. It could have been called as a blue card penalty within the box. Should go to a penalty scoring shot for Macau. They have the bold snapshot. Leeton patting it away. Macau's holding possession at the moment. Back in the defensive line. Back over the defensive line at the moment. Passing across the other side of the ball. Drifting back over again. Indicating 5 seconds. Back once more. There it is. Bit of a receive on that. Passed off once more. Getting closer and closer. Put more pressure on the Australians. You can see him drifting in closer. There, man from the cage. It's passed back to him. And he all sneaking in towards the cage. Not sure if it's getting defensive by Australia. There's a long big bomber shot. Come off. Down the count, put pressure on. Has been taking out fast. Down the wall. Good to see him. Pablo getting into the six. I think intercepted on there, but I haven't ever looked down there. Bit of a freeze framer there at the moment in Melbourne studio. Australia come out on top at the moment. Pablo passing the ball off the Hurley. There's the big bomber snapshot. He dummies it off. No, he does get Macau. Stick on it too wide for them. Pablo got to get it back over the line again. Here it is, back in play with the Australian team. Reception on that lazy reception there and a slowish pass. Not out of the hustle on that one. He's on another intercept. Back down. Scoring. And the referee. How is he indicating this one? Macau's ball. The hit off once more. Back into play. Off pass across the foot. And Cheesy spot. Left side of the other. As you can see, not quite the clean shot there from Macau. They try and rip it off anyway. So he rips it back up. They have a bit of a look around. Passes around him. Some players go back to the centre. They're standing back into position there, ready to take it back in. Macau offense. Ball drifting back to centre. Picked up by the Macau defender in the centre circle. Having a bit of a look. Pressure on. And then a bit of a find up. But we managed to catch Reese asleep. It might pay a dividend there, but this man's never asleep. He doesn't sleep. He wires his eyes open all the time. Referees have to call anything. It's Australia at the moment. See Big Bevan Hurley skating through at the moment, allowing Australia to put themselves in play. Where's the pass? Where's it going to go? It's down the ball, into the corner. Passing it, bounce off the ball. Make the pop. Pass it off. Back on the action again. Hurley, what's he going to do? Passes back. Start again. They have got a long pass down to the corner. Australia is winning out on that touch. Another Australian joins him at the moment. 2 Australia, 2 Macau, and the ref is gone. And the buzzer has gone once again. Great. Fantastic pressure put on both camps. Macau having a lot of time with the stick on the ball at the moment. It's a little bit concerning, but Australia seems to be winning out on each of the battles. They have opened the scoring board early at the Australian camp. Cameron Bowen's taking a great shot deep and wide, angling in at the cage. It's a great effort for the Australian camp, and it's hopefully it's got the Macau guys a little bit rattled. I expect they may have been them scoring the opening goals, but just wondering, is Alistair down there on the floor at the moment? Are you able to have a chat to us at the moment? See what the buzz is?
I'm here, Shane. No problem. What's happening?
Alistair, are you enjoying the game like we are back here at home?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, it's really exciting to have Australia 1-0 up against Macau in this very important match. But I think both teams, there's still a lot in it for everybody, so we just got to be patient and let the guys play it out.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't get off the base at the moment. It's everything's going for us. It's looking good. The boys are looking strong. There hasn't been an interchange yet on the 4 players. Everything's going according to plan by the feel of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it is going to plan, but it's not over yet, right? So
absolutely. That's I
gotta go.
And we're definitely waiting for that last buzzer. The players coming back out on the floor once more, setting themselves in position, ready to start off play. Thank you very much for those comments, Alistair. Down on the floor. Yeah. Australia has the ball at this point. Really passing off the other side. Poplar passing off to the man who's looked like it's Murray, who's moved into position. Plays early. There was circulating around. Macau have intercepted on the pass and they have to have a charge there. Bowen providing some strong defence. With the danger through there. Pass. No issue at time. Macau slamming Poblet into the wall. Poblet not phased. He's not worried about the pressure. So focused is this man. The pass is long to go. He has to go. Oh, I'm waiting for the referee's indication. What can I see? There's conjecture. What's going on here at the moment? I'm looking for the referee's indication here at the moment. As you can see at the moment, I haven't seen any movements of the arms from the referee, and it looks as though the ball has possibly just popped out of play at this point in time. Just waiting to start play once more. There's back in Australia's ball. Now put pressure on. Let's game this one. It's right onto it at the moment. Looks like they're going a bit more pressure one-on-one on the Australians as it gets into the opening second game. Cow desperate to try and get a lead back into this game at the moment, even just to level the scores at this point of time. They are at it. Australian intercept from the Cow to try and pick up on the fumble there from Australia. Unfortunately, can't keep possession of it. Australia gets it. If referee has been called, the Cow player has gone down. It didn't appear as though there was any interference there. We're just looking for an adjudication there and seeing which way the ball will go. I expect it will be Macau's ball to start proceedings once more. And the referee pulling it back into position. Proceeding once more. Chat there is asking for what. There's the tap and the shot at the cage. Doesn't pay off. Chris Leeton. Macau have got to put the pressure on. They're taking the shots a bit closer to the cage now. Nice intercept. That's the change. Macau. The man gets on the Macau have a bit of a charge down the floor. You can hear the hooters going off. Macau here. Doesn't pay off. Macau. Pressure in the corner on Macau. Australia. There it is, right on the edge of the penalty box. Which way is the referee going? Oh, he's got the card out. Ooh, what are we going to see? How is it going to go? How are the dice going to roll? There it is. There's the blue card. Absolutely just. That decision. She's at the bench. So obviously the players getting in position at the moment ready for that penalty shot. The blue card haven't been pulled out. Macau's penalty, they're free hit as it were. Reece Lead, our resident ninja in the cage, we just trying breathing deep, relaxing, getting in set position. The goalkeeper has to be behind the goal line to initiate this penalty shootout. There's the referee's indication. Oh yes! It's sent away at our player is down the floor at the moment. Not sure if we'll have a replay of proceedings on that one. It's probably a bit quick for the Drew crew at the minute. We didn't expect that. And that the Cow player is getting up and away, and play will start any second now. Great. So much pressure on him from Macau at this point in time. Australia, big players. Rules are expected, but the shot clock still apply, I believe. 45 seconds, even for the 3 players remaining on the floor for Australia. There's the pass back from Ben. In front of him. We saw the upward shot. There it is. There's Ben position. He passed off the side. Distracted Pablo. There's the gap. Finds up. Shoots. Great goal, great strategy there from the Macau camp. And it's Macau now definitely back, level pegging where we started this game. 1-1 in this deciding match. James Murray, Bowen, having a bit of a pass back to the goal, I'm going to take it in. Go with Bowen. Get back. They fire at the moment, but Oceania so on. Pass it on pass. Early. What's he going to do? He passes it to the pressure. Cow. Having a bit of a look down at the moment. Back on for Australia. Goal had been scored. Cows having possession of this ball at the moment. Back to the street. Taking their time at the moment. It'll be a bit of a cat and mouse game this one. We're effectively playing the match all over again. Not had good look. Murray's skating down the floor. He's got bigger legs. He's 2 feet. He's a bit wide. Has it got 2 legs? Cow setting themselves at the moment. As gone past across the floor, play back again. Skating into centre circle, as you can see. There's the pass back. What's he going to do? They hope to get that 2-1 up. No, not paying off. Early, looks like corner. No, it's Murray. Pablo got pressure on him. There's the hand in the back. Doesn't push him over. Here with him. Play on, says feet. Pablo having a bit of a look. Will he dribble around him? No, he won't. He'll go back into a safe position. Back in the centre line. Having a bit of a look. Passes off. Home. Oh, have another look. Turns it off. Passes through. On a screen. Has a look. Rips off the big bomber. Had it played by the count. Count couldn't pressure on early. Oh, but passes tight pass long. Doesn't pay off. Drifts back. Hurley picking it up and deep to the back. There's the long shot back over the line. Or picked up the cow, unfortunately. For Australia. Cow setting themselves up. Taking it back over the line again. There's the Australian defence in position at the moment. Probably going to the zone man on defence strategy, as you can see. Boys have coming into play. Right from the fourth position. They just straight come out that box. They're putting pressure on Macau. That's the zone strategy. However, there's the one man on one man in front of the cage. That's the issue with the head strategy. With the zone man. But it'll keep time as the Australian camp are doing. Cow beat Murray though. Only more conservative than Free Bowen. Goes down, pick up. Play on 3. Cow going back, tapping towards the centre. Look, lining. Good work. Let's look at the replay on that one. And go into action. Bringing them 6-1. More than that one, they'll be a little frustrated with their defence that they actually didn't block that one out. We'll return to play as soon as possible. Here it is, I believe that hopefully it's just Pablo coming out of screen then. We'll get back to the action momentarily. Here we are, back once again with Asian Roller Games, Drew Media, Roller Hockey Australia, Josh Sport bringing in this presentation. Pablo skating in towards the centre circle, drifting across the other side, coming in. There's Pablo Macau, putting pressure. Early, he's got no room to move. Pablo drifting at the moment. Cow, pass it back, deep in their defence. Got to bring it over the line. Referee counting off with his arm, as you can see. It is back to the line, and there's the arm going once more. Back to the centre circle. Trying to break this way on one side or the other. They can see they're starting to pull the wagons into a circle, I think. He's trying. They have the road. They have got to retailing out on that one. They're just going to rely on their wit off to set the back. Coming up a little bit, drifting around and moving. Australian camper, following some of their play, and they're actually keeping them suppressed. I hope they pick that the strategy, and there's a long shot there for the centre line. 45. Australia, Pablo get back onto the action once more. Losing past Francis going in. And there's the buzzer at home. Excitement. It's a great position for Macau at the moment. They have come from a 1-0 lead from the Australian camp. They've retaliated with 2 goals so far coming into this next half-time timeout. Great work. Macau is changing their strategy. They seem to have upped the ante on the Australian attack. Australia is sort of struggling to, looks like it has a little bit of a possession time in that Australia has pretty much dominated the other games that we've seen throughout this Asian Games. Chinese Taipei in particular. Japan was a bit more of an easy tussle. They had some good time on the stick on the ball. Australia did against India, and it was pretty much all Australia's game in China last night. Macau seems to be the one with the advantage at the moment with the most stick on ball time. But Australians are defending hard. It is not a high-scoring game, so there is every opportunity for Australia to get back to this game. It's a great position for Australia to be in at the half-time break. It's not brilliant, but I still think Australia is strong. They've got the legs. They still haven't had a floor change yet, and there's still a lot of depth. We've had, I do have a floor change. We've had a big hit of Bepp early. I expect they wanted to get him out, maybe provide a little bit of intimidation off the stick with having a few long shots at goal. But there's still more players to go on the Australian bench. And now, Alistair, I'm just wondering if you're down there on the floor at the minute, and if you can hear us. No, it's obviously he's busy there at the moment, making sure that the streamers are going well for you guys out there. And I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Please drop us some comments on the Facebook feed. We really love hearing your support and everything you've got to say. Any messages that you've been sending to the boys in the Australian camp, I'm not sure if they've been responding to you. I've been chatting with them a little bit. It is difficult to talk to them at times, but they do love your messages. They love your words of support, and it's great. The Australian camp needs as much support as we can get at these tournaments. We are away from home, and as many people who can get there on social media support for Roller Hockey Australia as well as the Australian Roller Hockey team. And it's great work to bring this presentation to you, Drew. Boys through are fantastic to work with. Nothing is ever a problem, and basically the only thing that the guys say at Drew Media is, we'll make it happen. It's as simple as that. And I think that's basically a buzz line there for Drew Media. Yeah, we will make it happen. And they do. I hope you've been enjoying the broadcast. Please leave your comments. We'd really like to have some feedback and improve the broadcast as you see it. So if you're doing a great job, give us a thumbs up. If we think you can do better, please tell us. We'd like to know. In that we're always trying to improve our broadcast here at Drew Media. I'm proud to be an associate with Drew Media and Roller Hockey Australia, of course, fantastic organisation. Get onto the Facebook website, get on the website, have a bit of a look. Find your local rink. Get the kids involved. Get the kids on skates. Skating, not only just in roller hockey, there are other disciplines. There's artistic skating, there's speed skating, there's downhill sailing, there's all sorts of events going on out there. There's inline hockey. Get your kids on skates. Great bit of speed. Mum and Dad, get on the skates as well. In that we have had direct discussion for a parent hockey team competition. In that we are trying to get some from that, but so with anybody to have a bit of skate around, put a stick in the hand, we'd love to actually see it. Get down to the ring, get involved. It's a sport for everybody, and it's a great community to be involved in as well, and great opportunity for kids as well. It's a great sport for learning to bond with other kids, talking with adults, building relationships, all sorts of people from across the state and even the world. Great opportunities, as we've seen here. We've got Ashley in the Asian roller games here. He's the rookie from the under 17s crew. He's been brought along with the Australian seniors team to give him a bit of exposure to try and settle the nerves in future years when the boy is a senior and will be representing himself as a fully fledged senior training camp. But it's all about giving the boys exposure. There's other players. There's Tristan Andrews coming through. We've got the Hoey boys that are coming through as well in the junior ranks as well, the under 14s. Fantastic hockey is being played, and it's talking about the other disciplines of skating. We're actually finding the Australian ladies team, particularly some of the local ladies. We've actually poached them from the artistic crew. The girls skate absolutely beautifully. They are great and pleasure to see out on the floor, and it's really good to see girls getting out there and having that. And that it's like I say, it's a sport for everybody. The girls are not only doing their artistic skating, but they're also doing roller hockey as well, and thoroughly enjoying it. And travelling around us once more as well, because Also to let you know, in a few weeks' time, we're going to be having the Champions Cup in Brisbane, and that will be brought to you once again by Drew Media, and I expect in association with Roller Hockey Australia once more. And that's going to be a fantastic battle there. I will be taking you to the call on that one. And Festival of the Stick Part 2 is already referred to. Great battle, great tournament to be to. It's absolutely a lot of fun, a lot of popularity, stands, 4 days of hockey. Too much hockey is barely enough. It's we live it, we breathe it, and that's what we're doing here at Drew Media, is trying to bring you everything we can, give you a feel and give you the vibe of that. So I'd just like to take a 2-minute break there, and we'll bring you to the action shortly for the second round of this battle. 18th Asian Roller Games, live by Drew Media from Nam Wong, South Korea. Thank you very much. We'll join you shortly. You there, Rob? Yep, just going to take a break, mate. I'll be back. I'll see you clock. Okay, back in position now. Ladies and gentlemen, punters, welcome back to the second half of this fantastic epic battle we're seeing here at Australia Macau for the 18th Asian Roller Games, live from Nam Wong in South Korea. Brought to you by the electricity of Drew Media, in association with Roller Hockey Australia and our name sponsor, Josh Sport. We're bringing back 2 proceedings home at this point in time. I'm Pablo, just coming in front of the screen at the moment. Australia resetting themselves. Looks like Pablo to the hit off to start the second half of this game. Australia are down 2-1. Macau is up this time. Australia do have to win this game to get themselves a placing, not only as the Asian leaders in roller hockey with these games, but also to secure their place within the B group at the Barcelona World Roller Games next year. So the floor, I expect, hasn't changed at the moment across the starting lineup. Not sure if Hurley is still out there on the floor, but I'm seeing Murray, Pablo, Poblet, Bowen. Murray skating down the ball, having a bit of a look at their basket. Macau picked up on an intercept. There's only one man in front. He's not fast enough to skate there to provide defence. See, there's a line in there for Macau to have a bit of a shot. Doesn't come off. Looks like top up deep in the corner. heading forward. Long for the moment. There's Macau trying to apply some interference there because he can't pass the ball. It's too much of a narrow gap there to take the chance. Macau picking it up. Ricardo in front of the screen. See Macau just playing back to the forwards at the moment. Having a bit of a look. Testing the pressure of the Australian camp at the moment. Circling around that great motion. Just work the ball backwards and forwards. On that centre line. With Australia drifting forward a little bit. Put a bit of pressure on Macau, but it leaves an opening potentially there. Bit of a push and shovey there with Poblet. Macau just wanted to get a little bit physical possibly with this game. Rules don't allow it though. No pushing and shoving. No scratching, no biting. There's the ball. Macau still having play with a shot clock running back. Going to have a go. 45 seconds is all they've got. They're going to be looking to have a go at the moment. The clock will be running down. Macau having a bit of a scoop down the wall. Going deep into the corner. No, they stopped short of the corner. Coming back again. Can pull it for the pass. Everything's back to the player on the wing. On the centre line phone. No, he's not going to go the other way. He's picked up the player for Macau. Just basically toying with the Australians here at the moment, just working back towards on that centre line, seeing the chink in the Australian armour is. They seem very tight at the top. They're going to have a go. The shot clock is running down. Now, working it back and forwards. Going in on the screen. No, there it's Bowen. They apologise. Corrected. Hustle. Who's that falling flat at this point in time, overbalancing forwards. Reese had fallen. I'm not see any action in the deep there. Looks like it could be Pablo on the floor at the moment, getting a hand up. But Poblet's there to give him some support there, getting back up on his feet again. Nice bit of pat from the Macau player. You're right. Checking him out, make sure it's okay. Good camaraderie from the two teams. Get back to play once more. Looks like a card has been issued. Yes, Macau has been sent off. Did see the player drifting off from the gate. This is a fantastic position for Australia to be in. Pablo taking the penalty for Australia. Macau setting themselves in the cage. This is an exciting moment. Australia could level this match. This is a dribble. What's he going to do? Does he get it in? Can we see it? Can we see the goal? Right, tries and the catch is coming back for another go. Got possession of it still. He has a slap shot. Doesn't pay off. No man's going to Australia pick it up. Poblet. Murray picking up everything. The centre circle passes off. Back to Murray once more. Having a bit of a look. Put pressure. Poblet in the corner. Pass back to Murray. Poblet. Back to Murray. Across the other side. Trying to drift right to the inside. This is Poblet. The halfway control. Like that. Look, their sneaky man. We're looking to see that Hurley get on it. Keeps possession for Australia. Is he going to let one go? He's going to try and dribble down. This is a try and sneaky shot. Referee's disappointing fine. Ready for this screen to catch up here in the Melbourne studios at the moment. There's Macau's ball on as on Poblet fighting to defend there. There always a bit of a flutter as the referee's whistle has been blown once more, as I can hear at the moment. The ball being returned to the correct position of the start play once more. Macau play. Having a Poblet having a bit of chat to the referee at the moment. An explanation of what's going on. No worries, happy to accept that with your explanation, Mr. Referee. Poblet not being fazed by the decisions either. The Australian camp was so focused on what's going on. Got to win this game. Got to. Australia group 3. Now I have hand go straight. It's a goal. Back to the highlights. We've seen the replay of this one. Yes. And there's just sneaking to get him past Bruce Lee there in the cage. Pablo just giving a bit of lead and a bit of support there. And we'll start once more. Australia will get this up. It's like Bowen. We've got to retaliate. Australia want to get back on the scoreboard once more to try and level this series. Pablo. Bowen. Passing. Right. Deep in there, over two Australians on him over. It's a long pass across the floor. He's waiting for the images to catch up here in Melbourne. And there he goes. From what I can see, Macau's behind the cage at the moment, waiting for the pass out. Australia putting pressure. There's a man each side. Long pass. Australia caught the public fight. Australian ball at the moment. It's a straight ball. Look at it. Rips one in for Australia. Fantastic there from the Australian camp. Getting back into this game once more. This is exciting. Edge of the seat type stuff. I'm becoming lost for words. We've got to see the replay of this one. Al, can you bring it to us? We're just moving on here. We're starting play once more. I can hear it in the background. No, we actually there's Murray. We're seeing the pass across. We are seeing the replay at the moment. There's Boehm. Like that was Murray. There it was. There's Murray. Pause. Australia. What I can see here, we're struggling a little bit here in the Melbourne studio. The feet is a little bit staggered and jumbled at the minute. But the technical guys are working. We're seeing a player down here on the floor at the moment. Looks like Pablo's on the floor at this point in time. One of the other Australian teammates coming up to see how it is. Bit of support. There you go, mate. Come on. Get back into this game. We're going to do this. We're going to finish them off. There we go. Murray supporting Pablo there. He's getting back into position at the moment. Hand clapping here. Great to see him back up on his feet once. Macau for the moment skating to the centre. Absolutely there. At the moment, Popper providing some interference. Referee's whistle blows blown. Pablo. It is Pablo looking for that classic. Can't get off. Macau's ball. As I'm saying. Lots of there. Pass. Gone deep into Popper. He's only running from the cage. How does he go? No joy, unfortunately. The ball cuts off straight. Now who's coming out on top? Can't quite see him through. Murray skates through the cover. Pablo out there. He gets the pass on over the floor. It's like that had to the stadium. Too much influence. Macau picks up and and will stop, turn. Passes off clean up clean. Pressure on the ball. There's Australia now starting to come into it. Australia pick it up on that one, skating down the wall at the moment. There's Pablo, he's having to manoeuvring in. Grenade front trip, rebound, away to the keeper as of the moment. Macau's picking up on Australia, Macau at the moment. Ball drifting away. Looking for a ball, but got nothing. Playing catching up at the moment. Is Macau's got the ball in the line as I'm seeing in the wing. And I'm just playing play. Looks like Murray. There's a long pass in front of the now plays it up, absolute beautiful. And play jammed up against the wall at the moment, coming out with that one. Just like there was Popper deep to the corner, just third. Spins off the player at Macau. He passes over to the man on the wing in the centre line. Having a bit of a able to keep hold of the ball, he'll get a shot at it. And there's appealing to the referee there, his whistle has been blown. Having a habit of a look, there's all there to keep him out. Pushes in the round cage. Australia on the intercept there. There's two green and gold there against Macau. Referee's called the whistle. Decision there. Waiting for the referee to start. At the moment, will be Macau's start proceedings once again. Ricardo, well-known Australian camp. Big high regard to Jess as well. I'm sure she'll be watching the broadcast today. Macau skating around there, changing direction there, trying to confuse the Australian camp, getting to the circuit through. There's some big bounce off the Macau player. Picked it up, skating down there. There's two Macau in front. And run pass. Macau picking it up on the floor. Skating, passing long down the wall, getting deep in the attack now. Nice shot properly. Australia pick it up at the rebound to that one. Pablo skating, has a shot. Macau picked up, skating hard back down the floor again into their attacking zone. Having a bit of look, winds up the shot, doesn't come off. Two Australians, one Macau in the corner moment, battling it out. It's going to come out on top. Referee's whistle blown. Decision has been made. Now, push back. They can play once more. Back to the centre line. Winds up the centre circle. The low, slow shot in. Easily patting that one away. Picking that up. Early front of screen phone. Skating for Pablo. Pablo passing off to looks like Pablo. couple of having it. Goes off the Pablo inside. There's a bit of tussle on the floor. It's been called Cow's play. Ball has been brought back to the position. I don't know, sorry, it's been called Australia's way off the back. Second play, Hurley, passing again on a flip. There's Hurley skating in there. Macau now, making sure he doesn't get that pass in. Macau picking it up on the thumbs of that against the ball. Giving himself a little bit of time, allowing the Australians to also set themselves in position. Very loose boxes type and formation. Moment they'll be drifting around just to try and keep their individual players out. See the battle in the front of the cage. Two players. Make Australia making sure it doesn't get in between and the pressure spinning out. It's the turn. Sterling comes out on top on that one. She easily dribbles around the Macau player. Murray down deep in the corner. What's he going to do? Macau drifting into position there. He's going to have a bit of escape behind the cage. Where's he going to go? Back. Down the corner. There's Poplar looking for the man. Gets it in quickly. It's a battle in front of the cage at the moment. Just like Poplar is trying to lift it out. Skating down. Australia quickly getting themselves in their position. Moments easily picked up by Australia. Looking for the pass. There's the man. There he is. Papa having a bit of a look in. Taking a little bit of his time there. There's the man in front of the cage. Skating out of position now. If you're looking for somebody just skating in at the moment. No, he goes back to the centre line. Past the cage. Bit of a slip on the surface at the moment for Papa. Picked up by Poplar. Past the Poplar. Going down the wall. He's moving behind the cage. There's no one behind the cage. Pass on Murray. Murray at the centre line. There's Poplar at the moment providing a look. Poplar, let the look in. It doesn't pay off. Get out. Poplar. So as we can see, there it is. Pablo complying at the moment. Provided a bit of interference there. There's the start of play once more. Now having a look. Long pass in front of the cage. There's the danger man. That man in front of the cage. He intercepted that pass, but he couldn't get a clean hit in at the cage. Australia picked up behind the Macau scoring area. Pablo, having a bit of a hard skate in, decides to turn around. He backs up the pressure. Passes off and goes long across the floor. Goes put two players from Australia closing up on pressure on, so he can't go through. Skating down the ball, having a bit of a look, drifting into the corner, pass back to the play. Off it goes to the other side of the floor, having the Australian south over this side. Which way is their strong side? Which way is the weak side? Now we can work out. Australia wants to get possession back to this ball. They're still going to need another goal up at this point in time. Macau working back to the forwards. Remember that Macau have been trying to wind the clock down a little bit, taking the time. 5 seconds. Macau. Got to get it over that line. There it is. Pick it up on the pass at that one. Skating in. He's gone too deep and too wide. Go behind the cage. There's the pass back. If there had been the danger man from Macau in there, drifting around the right way, it would have been trouble for Australia. But no problems at this point in time. Australia putting in a good defense at the moment. There's the wind up, the strike for Macau. Macau out in battle at the moment. Poplar chasing that one. Just go at the right spot. Just pick it up, take it away from him easily. Getting behind the cage. Poplar not giving up at the moment. It's most often. That's just not giving Macau any quarter if they can. Australia easily picked up on Pablo. That's deception between the legs. Great work. Moving down the floor. Puts the pressure on. Tries to back on the floor again once more. Macau is Pablo against the wall. Too much pressure there. The referee's called it. The timeout. Hey, what a game. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. edge of a seat type stuff. I'm sure you people at home are also doing the same thing. Whether it be at work, and should be at work, of course, but we watch this on the Facebook app, on their favourite device, of course. Great work is happening here by the Australian team, not giving up. Great hardline defence at the moment. Now, we're seeing the Australian camp packed up against the wall at the moment. The two keepers, Reece Leeton and Lee Glass, conferring with each other, seeing how it's going, what's the comfort level like, are you watching this, are you watching that, you're moving across okay. It's great work. Alistair, are you there to have a bit of a chat to at the moment?
Have a very quick chat, Shane. What's going on?
No worries. We're seeing some great images here on the Facebook feed. Is everything going well at your end?
Oh, we're doing really well. Temperatures come up quite a bit, so I'm sure the players are feeling it too. It's actually warmed up a lot this afternoon very quickly. But yeah.
So what sort of temperatures are we talking about over in South Korea?
I have no idea right now. It's just we've all been going by feeling right now. But yeah.
So pretty much all you can say is it's hot, particularly here at the rig here in Nanwang.
Definitely. Yeah. So the guys are looking warm now. It's probably the warmest day of the tournament actually when you look at it. Okay, I got to go, buddy. Sorry.
No worries. We seem to be losing there on transmission anyway. Alistair, look, great. Thank you very much for trying to have a few words with us. But we're taking you back to the action now. Bevan Hurley moving to position front of screen at the moment, ready to start the next period of play in the second half. Do or die match, Australia, Macau just Australia. Australians are going to be desperate to come back. They put the pressure on Macau. Macau having a bit more possession time at home. Australia starting to equalise that out. Macau tended to see Australians rather than going for out at the Australians. But Australians are faring well with it. They're not lunging at anything at the moment. They're pacing themselves well. They keep hands out. So waiting for the image to catch up with Melbourne Steer at the moment. They're coming back into view very slowly. As I can see Macau at the moment is trading around at the centre line. Third head goal that smash off the back of the ball from the ball. Australia, I can see that have charged down the floor. Referee's whistle has been called. So I'm just waiting for the images to catch up here in Melbourne studio at the moment. The Drew crew doing a fantastic job to make sure that the Facebook stream is going smooth. That's only us other support personnel, as it were. It's
looking like a penalty to Australia. I'm not sure why.
It is. I'm saying the images are slowly catching up now. Wasn't sure of that decision either. It was a bit difficult to call from my end, but we're seeing Poblet taking the shot for Australia. This is an important strategic goal. Australia need this one to get back into the game. Poblet setting himself. There it is. There's a shot. Bent away by Macau. He's having another go. He's the dribble. Disappointed on that one. Good play to start. Macau 1-4. Okay. So you're having Macau had possession of the ball, as you can see in the corner moment. Great position with the pass back to the centre line, down in the bit of the stadium with him. And he passes off his feedback. Good ball in front of the eight. Player picks up, back to the shot. Back to the set. Now passing the other wing. And pressure on the Australians as I can see. Now, as I can call it. So, skating around, there's the pass back across the side of the floor, and there's back to the other floor again. Now, have a bit of a look up against the wall, they drift against the wall. Way off, straight. Just big cheer, waiting for the image to catch up. It's the single. Yes, Australia has scored. Fantastic work. Bring ourselves back into this match. This is great. Awesome effort from the Australian camp. Great work. Let's have a look at it. Alistair, I want to see it again and again and again and again. Please bring it back to me. Please, please, please. Get the screen. Here it is, coming on screen once more. There it is. Play being set up. And he just puts and has a shot. Poblet. Great work. Great work from the Australian camp. Back into this 3-all. Excitement. Excitement everywhere. Excitement in the stadium. Excitement of the folks back home. back to the play once more. Macau are going to want to get back to this game. Australia's got the ball at the moment, as I can see. It's down the wall at the moment. They're coming down. There's the wind-up. Doesn't pay off, as I can see. Macau pick up on the crumb. Coming back down the floor. Hurley providing some interference there, as I can see it. At the moment, Macau just putting some more pressure on. Just decide to back it off a little bit. Drifting across the other side of the floor. Taking a long shot. I can hear it hit the back wall. Doesn't come off. Or Macau. Macau picking up at the back at the moment. Just seeing you drifting through. Going down to the court. There's a lot of play. I can't see. The referee's whistle has been blown. It looks like it's probably going to be a face-off from what I can gather of the images that I'm getting here in the Melbourne Brew studio at this point in time. Yeah, I can see the players conferring with the referee at the moment. Chat. And guys, what's in the referee's hand? Can I see anything? I can't see. It's not clear. No, Ricardo to actually take the hit off the corner of the penalty box. Just Macau's ball. Ready for the start of play once more. Is it off? And then look at that. Looks like Bowen having a little bit of hustle there. Macau gone down. Right, flipped over up against the barrier at the moment. The referee's was going off, waiting for an indication. Yeah, he'll be going once more. Put the ball back into Macau's hand, ready to play once more. Back at long pass. It's up against Macau gone down. Passing to the man who's a little bit closer to the cage. He has a go at the cage. No, he can't get a good shot off from what I can see here. And behind the cage at the moment, Macau, Australia. They're tussling it out up against Moore. Macau comes out. Macau just stripped across the floor. Good tap back to the other side. Up shot. Play it good. Whistle. No, it's Australia's ball. What I'm seeing in the images here. Talk with looks like the Hoblet there. Just momentarily. Having a look at Australia keep moving. Reece Leaton there we can see in front of the screen taking his water. Lee Glass there sporting on the sidelines of course, ready to change over at any moment as required. Good images there. Reece coming back out onto the floor once more and the support for the Australian roller hockey team. Great to see you guys there. Thank you very much for all your support. Australian take all the play. Public or Hurley going wide to the other side, getting in the substitution. Pablo, Dennis, early position at the start work. Passes it down long. At the moment, looks like it could be Murray and Screen at the moment. Back to catch up. Hoblet, back down to Pablo. Back to the balls, across the other side of the floor. At the moment, that would be Hurley's there. Who's just rolled into position there to keep up play. Into the corner, passing back in draft into it, back to the center. Pablo. And we're looking at Hurley there, have a bit of a look. Takes the pass off, interference there. Pablo's picked up. Pablo passing off to Pablo. Pablo indicating to the team, go there and get into the action, boys. Come, great game. Very well focused, well drilled at the moment, Australian camp, defending hard, playing extreme good hockey at the moment. Macau, just there. Both teams just barely hanging on at the moment. There's a do-or-die match, 3-all in point in time of the season. Best guys, goal scored. Referee's whistle has been pulled. There it is. No, pass it back. There's Murray skating through from the centre circle. He goes in. Come off. Behind the cage. Passes back to the cage. Can't pick up the man. Doesn't come off. There it is. At the scene, Pablo does intercept. Pablo coming out. Going a little bit out further from the cage. They'd be able to have that shot. Slowly drifting around at the moment. So things are good. Why we're not seeing all those at the moment. Has a flick shot. Hurley trying to pick up on the crumbs of that one. Managed to keep possession of it. It's in the corner at this point in time. Hurley skating behind the cage. Out skating his Macau partner. Defensive bad. So we're going to pass Pablo who's skating through. Doing the figure 8 maneuver. In front of Macau. So he tests it out. See live. Which side are they weak or at? So bad pass. Macau not receiving cleanly either. Long pass across the other side of the floor. 58% line once more. Coming in. And the pass back to the player skating through. Up against the ball, which way is he going to move? He's going to come drifting to the centre. No, decides to pass off to his man on the centre line wing, Ricardo. They're just circling around into figure eight maneuvers at the moment, as you can see. There's the play, and Macau is skating in towards the centre of the cage. They've passed it long into the corner, and really looking for that pass to pop it in front of the cage, that man skating through Macau, as you saw there. One of the players that's putting the strategy, obviously by Macau. Up against the ball. Murray be looking for a teammate to pop it out to. Who's in front of the cage? There's no one there at the moment. I'll take it inside. Let's go around. This pass long down the ball. 30 line. Very clear shot. Right as the angle of the camera. Macau pick it up. Teammate in towards the centre. Where they're going to go? He's going to go down the ball. Keep pressure on the Australians. See if they can get them to lunge out and create an opening. They pass pressure. Not course level. Either team will be best. Macau's holding on at the moment. They're still a little bit deeper than they have been. The Australians are letting them a little bit more into their. As you can see, as the play start to drift back, caves are bringing tighter and tighter. Fair play out with Early himself. There's James Murray there. Just to try and keep our guys, get them off balance a little bit. Get the lap shot into interference with Australia. Pablo skating through. There's one in front of the cage. Let's rip. Does he score? Chasing hard. Interference there. Murray in front. They've got Hurley there as the last defence in front of the cage. Macau deciding to back off the pressure. Still skating in front. Still reasonably halfway down the attacking area. Macau deciding to pass back, ease the pressure off a little bit, reset themselves, having a look. They're going to wind up or pass off. Passes off the time around. And the figure eight move. Look at that. Just working backwards and forwards. There it is. There's the pass off to the other man. Pass once more. Shot clock running down from Macau. Got to have a go. There's the slap. That's easy to get a straight. Close play. Passed off long. Off the other side behind the Hoblet. Hoblet's following up again. Now they haven't been run too much with Macau pressure. Too many sticks in the way. Intercept by Macau. Macau, yeah, legs at the moment. Straight ahead. Just right. Referee's whistle has been called. There's a decision has been made. And it's been played. Macau going on, tapping it back to his players, circling through, and putting a bit of pressure on his face. And he's going to have a go in on the cage. But you can hear the snap. It doesn't pay off. No in there for Macau. Try to get it on the pass out. At the ball. Balls in front. That's the way back. Macau player the arm going up. Going to his barrel. Singing for the three. I don't know what's that for. But Macau has got it in play at the moment. Skating through. And they're setting there it is in the corner. Right, press up against the corner. But Murray's there's the wind up. Very cool. Face off there, the keeper having it trapped under his pads. This face off, Kemper going into the action. Who's going to win out the toss? And it's going to play once more. Bring out on that one. Cow skating through the back cage at the moment. Plus the man. Getting there is the Australian man in defence at the moment. Keeping a little bit of pressure on, allowing Macau to just skate through, come up against the brick wall. Always keeping pressure on the Australians at the moment. Macau yielding to that pressure at the moment and spending extra time working on that centre line. Moment. This is going to be an interesting game there. We're loving this game of hockey at the moment. 3-all. Adding Asian rolling down through media, bringing these pictures to the moment. Roller Hockey Australia, Josh Sport, fantastic. For each point in time, both teams are desperate for the glory of the game. Australia, very important game. Australia is taking into the group of the World Rock Games. Barcelona next year. So let's have a look. Australia on the charge. Can't get a shot off the cage. Too much pressure on the side. Coming out of the top. Too long to the flank on the centre line. Then it's going to start the figure eight motion back once more from Macau. And they're skating in. Then we start. side's going to arm it off back to the defensive area for Macau. Macau's still having a bit of a skate through, just looking at the Australian team, trying to assess what's going at the moment. Ball drifting back up, that time, and rip right off. Out of the bay by four. The fight for it at the back line at the moment. Effective going on at the moment. But let's like to see what happened there in William. The referee talked to Kevin Hurley. Cheering a cry from the crowd. And release those shot. Just not quite seeing it there on the replay. Unfortunately, we'd see where the offence did occur at the moment. Oh, just missing out the action. That one, players on getting themselves set ready for this penalty shot. All the other players, two respective teams, will down the other end while the player takes the penalty shot. The players are allowed to move away over that line once the ball has been hit by the player that is taking the shot. So if a player that is behind the penalty line breaks that line before the player has touched the ball, the ball is put reset back and shot is taken once more. That
you got this,
no longer into the floor as it. So the player getting set in position for Macau, Reece Leeton, the ninja in the cage for Australia, getting himself set, indicated referee. Rebound. Macau player going down. Referee's whistle has been played once more. Has there been a helmet drop at the moment? Was it taken off during the battle? With the Macau Hunters. Pressure on because Evelyn, I'll be there at the next session, so don't worry about it. Book me in. So Leeton appears to be going up to the area moment, taking some extra water. We'll be having a chat there, but you can see in the foreground there at the moment, quite possibly Steve having a bit of a chat. I don't know, it is one of the officials with Claudia Manu's the team manager. Referee will be having a bit of a chat to Chris and making sure he's okay, ready to take his bid back in the cage. Great shots there, Bevan giving him some support there in the cage. Reece Leeton getting himself set once more. Great images we're seeing here from Drew Media. Appreciate the work from the Drew crew. Good work. Bevan starting proceeding once more for the Australian cam. Macau have intercepted Macau jammed at the moment, spreading gold all over the place. Now ball drifting back. There's the man picking it up long and deep. The dummies off the big shot. Now he's starting to go into the figure eight move we've seen so often. Now so the bounce round and round, the scoreboard 3-4. Nervous moments for both teams. So Australia especially desperate when they have to go past the Group B. Murray skating down the floor. He's looking to push that to the corner for Australia down there at the moment. Just like early. Just looking for him to get up. Can we see who it is? Referee's whistle has been blown to stop play at the moment. And referee is setting the ball in position. Australia's hit off. Oh. Yes, so Australia is if they're correct. Murray starting play there. Owen there. Skating around left, right, which way he's got unfortunately can't out and trick Macau. He's coming back down into a bit of defensive position while Macau bring the ball back into play for the back to throw. There's the tap back to the player coming forward. Macau starting the figure eight move again. It's pause for a moment. They're going to have a look and see what Australia's going to do. There's two men on the moment. They're jamming up his opportunities to have a go at the cage. There's the referee got a ball back over the line. There it is. 5 seconds on the second. Doesn't pay off for Macau. Macau still picking up the possession of the ball and that one on the rebound. Straight running. Here is there. Really providing a sticky stick for Macau. Bit of a pass there. Who's the ball at the moment? What are we seeing? Playing the image. If anybody's ball in time for Australia comes out. It's coming into the attacking area for Australia. It's in the corner. looking for their man. Watch for the man skating through in front of the cage. There's Hurley at the front of the moment, looking for the pass. There is he setting himself. No, he's gone too deep now. It's beyond the scoring line. Australian looking at that man. Where can he pass out to? You can't see. The action's all obscured at the moment. At that moment. There's lots of screaming, yelling going on. There's lots of action. Who's coming out of this? We're seeing a player reach. Discussions going on. There's lots of screaming, yelling, conjecture. Right at the ball. The time wound up. Interference from Australia. Australia has the ball at the moment. Charging down hard up against the ball at the moment. Too much pressure from Macau. Looks like early. Scooting around the other side. And it's time. 3-3 for Australia and Macau. What an epic battle. Fantastic work from both teams. Macau, Australia, epic. This is the game we want to see. This has been the pinnacle game of the 18th Asian Roller Games from Nan Wong in South Korea. The Australians matching the Macau were not able to penetrate the Australian defence well enough. 3 apiece. Alistair, the excitement on the floor, I can imagine it's oozing out all over your shoes a lot at the moment.
It's pretty hot out there, Shane. Yeah, the guys are really, really happy with the result. This is what we needed. Let's see how it plays out. I believe we will be going to penalty shootouts now.
And you can see the boys in screen now, they're congratulating each other. This is not quite the result of what it's like. Fantastic effort, guys. This has really been a team effort, and they've played really well as a team, as we've seen. The defence has been great, and it's really impressive with that. And they never let Macau have an opportunity. Any pass that was there, they intercepted. They charged down the line. They got the scoring shots off earlier, particularly with Cameron Bowen having that deep one out wide on the angle to opening up the scoreboard for this game. Absolutely loving the action. It's great hockey, and it's hockey at an international level.
Yeah, absolutely, Shane. I mean, I'm going to just stand here and I'm just going to say I'm not 100% sure what the draw means, but I've got a feeling that based on the reaction from the boys, I think we're into Group B, so I stand to be corrected. But I'm holding back on the excitement here in the Melbourne studio here at the moment. We're ready to let rip, and that we'll actually, before actually preempt anything, we'll just see if this goes to a penalty shootout. And that, obviously we're not quite sure of proceedings for these Asian Games and how they play rules for the Asian Oceania region of this type of tournament. It is a qualifier for the World Roller Games in Barcelona. Okay, so we got Glenn online here, and he's saying, yeah, we got it.
Oh, fantastic. No worries at all. We have got the Group B ranking for the World Roller Games in Barcelona next year, so that's added congratulations to the Australian team. We're seeing the boys out on the floor at the moment. They're taking a light moment. They're really pleased. There's smiles everywhere. Everybody's patting each other on the shoulder. Great work. And it's just nice to see the boys really smiling and actually relaxing up this extremely intense game. But it's not over yet. We're just waiting for the adjudication to see how we're going to finish this match. So the battle is not over yet, as we're hearing it.
Okay, Shane. Okay, so we got the news from the bench. So we each get 1 point, and basically we have to beat the Kiwis tomorrow to go through to Group B. So that's what it's about. So the guys would have obviously been happy with the draw rather than the loss. So it's worked out really well for us.
Yeah, and that's fantastic on the Australian camp. We're just seeing that the rookie Ash Clee didn't get any floor time in this game. It was a serious experienced players game, this one, unfortunately for the boy. But he will get his opportunity at different games. He may get some time up against New Zealand, because New Zealand's going to be up tomorrow. Really looking forward to that game tomorrow morning. We have had the Phantasm Cup earlier this year. New Zealand are in the process of rebuilding themselves, the same as what Australia have with their junior strategies years ago. New Zealand have just started that. If you go back in time to the Phantasm Cup on the Roller Hockey Australia site, you'll see the player interviews of the Australian team management, the New Zealand manager, the team New Zealand players. They're getting excited, and they're really actually making a serious effort now to put themselves on the world stage, such that these battles that we're going to see in future at the Asian Games is going to be a serious battle between Macau, Australia and New Zealand in years to come. It's going to be very interesting. At New Zealand camp, I know brought along Jimmy Blinkhorn, who's also a rookie for the New Zealand camp. Ashley and Jimmy Blinkhorn, good mates across the Tasman. Ashley Clee playing for Wanganui in tournaments over for New Zealand on a celebrity invite, playing at the club level. And also Jimmy Blinkhorn coming over for Australian tournaments and playing for Mordialloc. So it's great to see the camaraderie over the Tasman and the boys getting along, and they're also playing against each other. So it should be a great match to watch to see even just if you should get some time on to have a go. And that'll be a great match to see tomorrow morning. But taking us back to the action, it's going to be a penalty shootout. Elsa, this is nerve-wracking stuff. Nail biting. I don't have nails left. I'm down to stubs. There's only nubs left on the end of my fingers. Reece Leeton in the cage for Australia. And Ninja. Can he pull it off? Can he block out everything for the Australian camp? Macau. There's the dribble. The starting procedures has gone out. Come out. Yes, he's got it. Macau not getting an opportunity there. Reece Leeton taking the punt, coming out of the cage to try and intercept early and pays dividends for the Australian camp. Macau putting their man, their Ninja in the cage now. Who's taking the shot for Australia? It looks like it's James Murray. He's going to start proceedings off. And this penalty shootout for Australia. Exciting moments for the Australian camp. We can. There it is. We're off. It's running. No score this time. No excitement here in the Melbourne studios. It's absolutely on edge. Macau now to have their shot. Australian keeper Reece Leeton setting himself in position at the moment. Here it is. Got to be wheels behind the line. Set. There's the play. Oh, it's out. Yes! Yes for Australia! Australia now to have their shot. Bevan Hurley, big hitter Bevan Hurley. What's he going to do? Is he just going to go with a big power stroke, or is he going to dribble it in? What's he going to do? There it is, it's the front end, and it's too accurate, Bevan Hurley. It's impacted directly into the keeper. Need to be off to one side or the other, as we're talking about scoring goals. Roller hockey, you've got to go for the corners. Great work for both camps here at the moment. These are desperate minutes. Neither camp scoring. Set. Here we go. Front end. Fast. He's expecting the ball to come up a little bit higher. So he scoots underneath the bodywork. Bruce will be disappointed, upset for that one. But who have we got coming into front of the screen right now? We've got Cameron Bowen, Australian captain, man who scored the first goal for Australia. No, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Number 9. We have one, Pablo. No. Here it is. It doesn't matter. Starting off again. Australia. Macau congratulated themselves on that effort. The Australian boys have done extremely well. Fantastic effort. They're happy to go to a penalty shootout. What a game. That's fantastic effort. Macau just winning out that one fairly. Penalty shootout. Great work. Both teams shaking hands. There's Ricardo. He's finally talked to the Australian camp. How are you, boys? It's been good to see you. I'm glad they've had a great time. They'll be definitely catching up again after proceedings are finished tomorrow morning. The game against New Zealand. There will be no resting for the Australian camp. We'll be straight back onto the focus again, watching the replays, seeing what happened, and just learning and just gaining more and more experience all the time from these international events. And these are really the learning ground, especially for the young rookies that are coming through. We're going to see Jimmy Blinkhorn, his eyes be bugged up against the screen for New Zealand. Ashley will be the same thing. He'll be going home. There's that. Great boys. Clapping here in the Melbourne studios. Great work. Really proud of everybody that's been involved in this. This has been the pinnacle game of the tournament, as we have been talking about in the lead up with these games. I can't say any more. I can't. No more accolades that I have for the Australian camp. I've run out of words unless I want to start repeating myself. We're seeing the boys there having a bit of a chat amongst themselves. Claudio and Steve Hoey, of course, team coach and team manager, out on the floor. The Macau boys spending a bit of extra time there. Mr. Poblet Senior is having a bit of a chat to the referees. International man has been around for a very, very long time. Obviously knows the referees well, and great to catch up with these international tournaments. as we will be in Barcelona next year, Group B. So after we have this decided against New Zealand, that will actually cement the position for Australia. Australia is looking as the odds-on favourite for the game tomorrow morning. And as we're seeing in front of the screen at the moment, the boys in a huddle there at the moment. Great camaraderie between Australia and the photo for the tournament, I expect. There. And we'd love to get a copy of those shots when the boys come home. And well deserved guy. That was a fantastic match. Yes, dare I say, probably the one of the better matches we've actually seen. Great work for the Drew Media Group. Without Drew Media and the boys of the Drew crew, this would not be being brought to you now. So fantastic effort from those. Roller Hockey Australia in association with Drew Media. Great partnership. Great things for roller hockey. Taking to the clubs and the people of the world as well. Australia becoming recognised through this stream that we're coming and we're warning you. And it's also been great to have Alistair down the floor giving us his updates when he can. I know he's been working his fingers to the bone to give you this beautiful clean broadcast. And Alistair, are you down there for a moment?
Yeah, I'm here, Shane. How are you going?
Yeah, just great, mate. Look, we've fantastic images he's been bringing to us from Drew Media and the boys at Drew Crew. From Drew Media, I'll get that. I've run out of
it right, man. Get it right,
mate. This has been a fantastic call. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's great to see you. Thank you very much for all your work there. The coverage has been fantastic. The feed I've been getting here on the screen has been awesome. And a pat on the back to the Australian team. Well done. Great result.
Yeah, I think the guys are very happy. I mean, we knew it was going to be a very tough game from the start, right? So the draw was like perfect. We know what we're doing. It's back to the drawing board, like you said, Shane. We're going to be analysing New Zealand a lot now. Nothing's going to get taken for granted. And, let's just get business as usual, right? So we're almost there.
Absolutely. New Zealanders are always a formidable opponent in that the Trans-Tasman did go a fair bit Australia's way. But New Zealand, I like their hockey. They're physical. They love it. They're passionate. The new team has been structured for this international. And we saw a mixture of old and new at the Trans-Tasman. And I expect we're going to see a bit more youth coming through for these games.
Well, I think,
I
think it's very important to you've got to say it, right? New Zealand are in the rebuilding at the moment. And the New Zealand I've been seeing from time to time here at the tournament here in Namwang is very passionate. They're very focused. Again, the guys are rebuilding, but I mean, I'm not going to underestimate them for anything, mate. Those guys they're about hockey too, you know. They want to come back, and they're going to give us horns tomorrow. So we need to be ready for it.
Absolutely, and the New Zealanders are generally intimidating, even in the grandstand, Al. So Trans-Tasman Cup there, I was doing the interviews and said, g'day fellas, how you going? Just have a bit of a word with you for Drew Media, and you get that look. I was like, okay, no, maybe we'll have a bit of a look. They're so focused. They're just drilled onto playing hockey. Yeah. But look, I'm going to leave it there for the time being, Al.
Shane, we got Steve Hoey here, so let's just
fantastic.
You stay on the line. Crawl under, Rick. Sorry, this
fantastic.
Is
all great Australian team coach, Steve Hoey. It'd be great to have him on the line. He'll be joining us momentarily. Okay. And so please stay with the broadcast.
Okay, guys, so we got Steve Hoey, the manager and coach of the Australian squad. Hey, Steve, great result. What does this mean?
Yeah, I mean, it probably looked a little bit weird while we're celebrating so much on a draw, on a 3-3 draw. The way that the rules are, if you finish the game in its normal time, both teams get 1 point. The penalty shootout is just in the event that those two teams tie on points at the end of the competition, that it would then go down to who won that penalty shootout. In our case, we're going to point. We win tomorrow against New Zealand, then we go to the top 16 of the world in Barcelona. That's a huge
we seem to be losing there,
and we knew that we either had to win it or draw it to get the result. And we're very confident tomorrow taking on New Zealand that we're going to be able to get that job done as well.
Perfect, Steve. I'm sure the camp is relieved with everything that's been going on. I mean, so it's just business as normal, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go home and we'll have a good feed, we'll have a good stretch, and we'll hydrate, and we'll really come in tomorrow and really try to close out this competition with a great result. The guys have worked so hard for this, and I couldn't be happier.
Thanks, Steve.
Good luck, man, and I love those sunglasses, dude.
Right in here, man. Okay, guys, we'll see you again. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, everybody.
No worries, and thank you very much for everybody who's been watching out there. It's been great to have you with you. Congratulations to the Australian team and well done. And we'll see you next broadcast tomorrow morning. Brought to you by Drew Media, Roller Hockey Australia and Josh Sport. Thank you very much for all the work. Thank you very much for all your comments, and we look forward to the broadcast tomorrow morning. And thank you to Alistair and all the boys down there. Hey, another one down. Good work, man. That was great. Take it easy, mate. Enjoy, buddy.